We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Word and actors and business owners, playwriters and pastors. There's many gifts to encourage the body. Consider this an invitation. Come and kick it and party. We're evolving the way we deliver the gospel. Same message, different method, redefined apostles. And through Christ, we're empowered to shine. Everybody's VIP, ain't no way in the line. GospelRhythms.com. We make the word jam, the beat to which we live. We about to take the land. Let them know about Jesus, the anointed one. Gave us power and authority to get it done. He opens doors, so
check,
you don't gotta kick them
check,
down.
check. Mic check.
Rhythms in the house.
Say what? Say what?
Gospel rhythms in the house.
What's up? This is GospelRhythms.com. Talk Live Radio on LA Talk Live.com. Live edition. I'm Ro Williams.
Hey, I'm Trisha Mann-Grant. What's going
Man,
on?
it's good to be in the house.
It is so good to be in the house.
That talk built. Okay. You know what I mean?
Happy Sunday, everybody out there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Thank you for Narek, our wonderful engineer who's here. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Right. We got some lovely ladies in the house with us today because, usually we do man talk, which is, after my maiden name, Mann, M-A-N-N. And it's usually for the guys because we want to talk to the men and get their points of view. But today it's a little different. Today, my sister, we are going to do woman talk. All right? It's for the women because we got some things to say. We're going to talk about relationships and Christian relationships and marriages. And we're going to talk about divorce because there's been a lot of divorce going on lately. A lot of stories of men actually packing up and leaving their wives. Lots of that stuff going on. We're going to talk about what's
Current
happening
events
with Sandra Bland. And, and this, I'm waiting on my mom-in-love. She's going to text me some information about the Bible, which has been altered online.
It's being altered in society. Who you telling?
It's being altered, period.
It's like society done said, it's like it's between marriages now, between whoever will love each other,
changing,
it's just all changing.
But when a satanic worshiper or bought the satanic Bible, rather, let me not misspeak and say he's a satanic worshiper, but if he bought or made the satanic Bible, actually does buy a Bible online, one of the versions of it, and alters it, that's a huge problem for the Christian community, in my eyesight.
I just think it's a huge problem for society as a whole. I mean, no matter who you worship, it just is a testament to just how sad society has become, where just because the majority okays it does not necessarily make that right, But before we get into depth and of all of the topics we'd like to touch on, and I just first say welcome back, first of all, so give us a hand crack, because you be on tour all the time. And also shout outs to Kiki Haynes, who sat in for you.
I love
the lovely
Kiki.
Now we re-aired broadcast the show that was 2 Sundays ago because Don Welch and Posse had a show, and sorry you didn't make it. He said he did call you back, but no, he said you called, Van, but he said text is always the best way. He just sent me a message today. But
I didn't know who all was in the studio. I just know I talked to Kiki and Don. But who else was here? Because I couldn't see
Mark
you guys.
Pay was here, and Tammy Mack was here.
Yeah. Why didn't she say something?
And
Tammy,
you know what? They rotated everybody. It was a lot of people.
Hi? Well, she wasn't sitting at the table at the time.
Yeah, but not at the time. Well,
okay.
Actually, I'm not really sure. No, because you called in at the top of the show.
Okay.
No, sorry about that. Yes, no. So they rotated in, and then many of the singers who were featured in Soul Cafe were there. So.
Andrea, I love my Andrea. She's amazing.
Man. And I got a chance because the week before that, it's like theater month.
Yeah.
Rory came in with his crew from Invisible Danny.
Yes.
And shout outs to Kiana Richards, who is the writer and director of that. Yeah. It did a couple theaters. It grew from over a year ago from being at a church to actual theaters. And it was really intense. Wow. And it's amazing because when you see your friend play such a dark role, she at the end she came up and she was like, I heard some of y'all say it because I was standing in the back, y'all were going beat Rory up. Rory is not the character that he played. Did you ever get that? Like you were in something as an actress and they don't like you. I can imagine like if you're playing an evil part in a soap opera and they come up to you and they just like, you are evil. And they're like, hold up. That's just a character that I play.
Oh, listen, I did what back in 2000. Ooh, went way back. David E. Talbert's play His Woman, His Wife. I played opposite Malik Yoba, and in fact, Tommy Ford came into that role at the end, and I was the baby mama that was having a hard time with the fact that he moved on and had a lady in his life. So I was scheming and scamming. So people in the audience would call me, is it 5-letter word? Yeah, it's a bad word that it relates to a dog, and so they literally would call me that.
Well, that's one thing when it's in play.
Stage.
But how was it when you got off?
The first time it happened, I came off stage in tears, and Malik said, "What's wrong with you, girl?" I said, "They called me up." He said, "Oh, well, that means you did a good job."
Hilarious.
So then I got used to it, and one time I didn't hear it. I said, "I must not be doing good." That's sad, but that's it's so sad.
Yo,
but I when people yell out at the stage, it forces you to stay in character. It forces you to really focus and not let that stuff bother you. But I was a bad character, but I'm nothing like that. Lady, Cynthia.
So I just gotta say, she also the piece was really dark, and it was a true story about her life. And for those of you who weren't in studio to hear about it, she was molested and abused by a family member. And without getting too much into details about it, it was really, 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 like, uncle really just took advantage of her, and Rory played that uncle. Ooh. But at the end of the piece, she actually brought a therapist on. Good. To help people decompress, and to see if there was anybody in the audience that might have been molested or knew somebody that close to them, like maybe their child, and after seeing it was affected, or actually never had that happen to them, came out to support it and to be entertained. And there were some moments of levity through it, but it still at the end of the day was a very, very dark piece. And then for her to stand up and use this as a platform to unveil that this was my truth, this story is not a fictional story, this was actually what I went through. And
a lot of people go
so and it was amazing. And then they afterwards, everybody had a fellowship center upstairs where we all ate and just loved on each other. But I thought that was really like very thoughtful of her to do. You know what I'm saying? So just
very
like
sweet. And Josanne Marie did kind of the same thing without a therapist, but she sat down.
Oh, she is the therapist.
Right, she was a therapist. And after the show, which it was rough too, but it had lots of levity as well, and people just stood up and told their stories and said, yes, I was molested. Yes, I went through this, or I really could relate, and I really, this helped me. Yeah. So it's healing. That's what I love about the true stories, is hopefully they heal people.
So with all is said and done, whether you're in Australia, Germany, Alaska, Africa,
South America,
we encourage you to support your local theater, because I mean you know, because you're on the road doing pieces in Jacksonville and
something
Texas and Florida, and I mean it's just it's good to get out and not only support them but enjoy the talent in your area and support wholesome entertainment. And if you want to know how you can bring it to your community because it's lacking, just shoot us an email, thewordjams@gospelrhythms.com. We'll put you in touch with a lot of these producers and director. I mean, I know you've got a one-woman show in you, the poetess Trish. So there's just talent everywhere. So with that said, we better go to commercial because we got these women. We could talk.
Real quick. I just want to give a shout out to Tony Grant, who is in concert as we speak with a lot of artists.
That may sound familiar.
That's my hubby. He's in concert right now in Detroit, Michigan. He's on stage probably right this minute, singing, doing a wonderful concert, and he and his partner Mike, they're doing good things. And for his album, which is coming out very, very soon, access granted.
Woo, check you out. Yes. All right, Mrs. TNT in the house. Right. With that being said, when we come back, we're going to have Woman Talk.
Woman Talk.
That's gospelrhythms.com, Life Edition. So tweet, Facebook, Instagram, tell all your friends. Hey. So come on in to the clubhouse.
I'm Trisha Mann-Grant.
I'm Ro Williams.
Hey.
Yeah.
We got singers Singers, rappers, spoken word, and actors, and business owners, playwriters, and pastors. There's many gifts to encourage the body. Consider this an invitation, come and kick it and party. We're evolving the way we deliver the gospel. Same message, different method, redefined apostles. And through Christ, we're empowered to shine. Everybody's VIP, ain't no way in the line. GospelRhythms.com, we make the word jam. The beat to which we live, we about to take the land. Let them know about Jesus, the anointed one. Gave us power and authority to get it done. He opens doors, so you don't gotta kick them down. I wrote this to remind you, so stick around. For heaven party here on earth, praise God always, and we keeping them first.
Gospel rhythms, cast a vision. Heaven's party here on earth, make it play. Gospel rhythms, cast a vision. Heaven's party here on earth. Gospel rhythms, we make the word jam. It's what we live to
The word,
do.
music, entertainment, light. Tune in, it'll make you feel alright.
Gospel rhythms, we make the word jam. It's what we live to
The word,
do.
music, entertainment, light. Tune in, it's sure to change your life.
LA Talk Live has a show called The Van Eric Rock Show, bringing you the best in rock and roll. I'll be your host, Van Eric Marshall, a.k.a. Scopes, bringing you the best in rock and roll. Only on LA Talk Live, we're more than just talk. Reality radio for your listening pleasure.
Hi, this is TJ, inviting you to join us every Sunday at 2 p.m. for Veterans Day Live. Join us as we provide info that would help all military personnel. So don't forget to tune in to Veterans Day Live every Sunday at 2 p.m. That's every Sunday at 2 p.m. exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio, or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is John McClure Jr., a.k.a. Simply John, and I would like to invite you to join us on GospelRhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show, GospelRhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to GospelRhythms.com on LA Talk Live. And we're more than just talk. Remember, it's a heads party here on earth. So live life, love God.
Heaven's party here on earth.
We got singers, rappers, spoken word, and actors, and business owners, playwriters, and pastors,
And
many gifts to encourage the body.
what's up? Welcome back to GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. Women Talk Edition. I'm Ro Williams.
Hey, I'm Trisha Mann-Grant. What's up, y'all?
What's up? Welcome to the clubhouse. We're going to go around, all ladies, introduce yourselves.
Imani. We'll start with Miss Imani.
Hey, I'm Imani Nakia Walker, and how y'all doing today?
How you doing?
How
you doing,
girl?
Yay! You know who we are.
Okay, next.
me. Sharon Mike's here, but I'm Lucky B.
Lucky B.
What up?
What up?
She also helps us behind the scenes and takes pictures and everything. All right.
And I'm Maleeha Ballard.
Hey, Maleeha. You look so young.
Really?
Yeah.
My mom keeps telling me that. People keep telling me that. I just turned 20 though, so.
You turned 20? All right, so we have all ages here.
Yes.
You know, we've got our
Before
65-year-old
you-
senior
I know
citizen.
it's women talk, but I'm gonna put Maleeha on the bus because her
Oh.
dad,
I always put her on the bus.
yeah, her dad is brother man from the 5th floor,
Oh,
Reginald Ballard.
we like him.
One man from the 5th floor.
That must be fun.
Man.
You say he's funny, huh?
He is funny.
All right,
Yeah.
now do me a
But you want me
favor.
to talk
Pull your
to
mic
you,
close
because
to you
we're
so
not
we
gonna
can
be
hear
able to
you
hear
real
you.
good. Yeah.
Two
Thank you,
fingers.
ma'am.
That was my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
And Lucky B,
Yeah.
how old are you?
Why you asking ages?
Because I want to know. We want to get. Girl, I'm not gonna ask you yours. Don't worry. We already know you 67. We already know. All right, go ahead.
I'll be 23 this Saturday, August 1st.
Me too.
So,
Oh my gosh.
and then she woke up, and all right, that's fine. So no. We've got a nice little level going here of different ages, so we can get different responses from things. Now, this young lady to my left, Miss Imani, is married. I'm married, so we have our single ladies to the right. Yes.
Yeah, all the single ladies to the right. All y'all to the left, to the left.
All right. Now, you know, my sister Ro here was mentioning that she's really interested in talking about the relationships.
But listen, what you talk about? I was like, why you put it on me?
Because, you know, it's fun to do that. And so she was mentioning that we should discuss, especially all of us females, what it's like dating or being married and being, you know, especially Christians and the Christian dating. And since you all are single and dating, why don't you?
Well, I just gotta say something, Peter. Why you roll your eyes over there? Peter off camera, looking like you know. Is there a problem, Peter? You feel a little froggy?
Peter, we will bring you to this.
He's not trying to hear this women talk about relationships and what men do wrong all the time.
Oh, no, we
is that right?
We're not gonna mail that.
Peter,
no mail.
All the men are hide behind the engineering board. They're like the safe zone.
We
love y'all.
And so let me say this for any men watching: we may possibly have the men, you know, say something.
We'll think about it.
We'll think about it toward the end of the show. But right now we're focusing on the women.
That's right.
So it's woman talk. All right, ladies, let's hear it. Let's hear it. You all being younger. Being of the younger generation, what are you finding, especially here in Los Angeles, California? Because there was a time when I broke up after a long relationship, and I got out there and I started dating. This is years ago, and I started dating, and all the guys were like, "Well, you gonna take me out? You gonna pay for dinner?
Ooh.
You gonna buy me gifts? You gonna give me flowers?" And I was like, wait a minute, I'm so old fashioned. I wasn't brought up like this. You know, I don't mind every once in a while doing it, but all of a sudden these guys were thinking I was supposed to take care of them. Not to say that all men in Los Angeles are like that. Let me just put that out there. However, that was my experience here, you know, in the dating game. So of course I went back to my ex. But anyway, moving on.
No name.
Fast forward.
Moving on. So now, what are your thoughts on that? How is it out here in the dating world?
Oh, you wanna? Okay.
And being a Christian young woman, yes.
You can go.
Well,
Hi, Lucky B.
I go to a youth group every Wednesday, and we were just talking about this. We were talking about how it's like predominantly a lot of men out here act like boys. Pretty much is what we're saying, and they want to have sex, and it's more about that type of thing. It's not really dating anymore, you know what I mean? Going out, getting to know somebody is more of like, okay, so we about to do this, we about to do that. It's not
when we hanging out.
Yeah, when we hanging out, you know.
So they get straight to the point.
They get straight to the point.
How quickly? How quickly? Because I'm so far away from this whole dating scene.
It's too quick.
Go ahead.
They don't even want to get to know you. Like,
yeah, it's just our generation. Yeah, I can say they don't really. They're not into the taking you out, and they just want you to come to their house and kick it at 11 p.m. at night.
Wow. So what is your response? How do you deal with that?
I have an attitude all the time.
Wait, I can't hear you.
I said I'd be mad. I have an attitude, and I let them know that I'm not about to talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it comes down to respecting yourself, though. Like, we were talking about this last week, like, respecting yourself. If you come off as someone that doesn't care about who you are and what you have to offer for yourself, then they're going to take advantage of you. So it starts with respect for me.
And how did you gain respect for yourself? Is this something that your mom taught you?
Yeah, just how I was raised. Like, I've always been one to respect myself. Like, I never listened to other people. I always listen to myself. You know what I mean? So I think it just starts with, like, a strong mind.
So what is the response from the young men when you say, hey, I'm not about that?
They really respect me. Okay. Like, they really come at me differently than they come out somebody that doesn't respect themselves. So, like, for me, I'm smart. Like, I'm not like someone that just puts myself out there like that. Like, I just keep it low key, you know, just go about my business. And then when somebody comes, like, then
I think the C word, courting, is like almost archaic. And I also believe too, when it comes to the whole dating process, what you will and won't accept or take, it's almost like it is when it comes to managing money. It's about your behavior, and where do you learn your behavior from your parenting? Like you credited your family influence in how really shepherding and managing how you respond and what you will and will not take.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you're young and you're a woman or a young girl and you don't have a parent being that example, or they are an example but they're not, because they're so busy working, you're a latchkey kid, you're left to your own, you're left to allow the streets to educate you. You know, your loose thought friend down the street whose mother lets her dress any kind of way, be your guide. Then maybe that's your norm, to meet somebody, and it'd be okay for you go straight to home plate, as opposed to understanding that it's a process of allowing them to marinate and getting to know who you are, as opposed to just allowing themselves to use you as a instrument of their ecstasy and entertainment or whatever. Yeah.
So do you think that the mentality now when it comes to dating stems from society and the public sites and the way that women are viewed, or the way that women allow themselves to be viewed? Because I blame us, the females, on how we dress, how we act, how we get out there. We're on these videos, we're all on Instagram in our darn near naked and so when we're putting ourselves out there like that, doesn't that make the men go, well, hey, I can just come to them and go, this is what I want? And that's that, because that's the way they're portraying themselves.
I mean, I guess it all depends on the person at the end of the day. Like you say, you have those women that do that type of stuff. And then, of course, those type of women are going to want that type of attention from that type of man. You know what I'm saying?
But what's funny is I've seen that type of woman complain when that type of man approaches them that way, and then they want the respect in the end.
Yeah.
But
this is something that a lot of men speak on, too, when it comes to certain women putting themselves out there. So they have that point of view of, well, don't put yourself out there like that, then I'm not going to come at you on that type of level.
Now, what about your friends? Do you have friends that you check, or that you, and I mean female friends, do you have friends that you try to minister to or encourage? Or
can I just add something real quick?
Yeah.
When you say put that out there, I would like to add some clarity, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. That's leading with your sexuality, right? Sure. You putting yourself out there is basically, that's your calling card, your boobs, your lips, your hips, and your behind.
And there's nothing wrong. You know what? There's nothing wrong with being sexy. I actually like feeling sexy sometimes, but you can be sexy classy and not sexy trashy. There's a difference.
There is.
Yeah. And that's a whole new wardrobe show right there. We have to teach you how to dress.
Leave something for the imagination.
You in the right.
Look like this.
Oh, Jesus. So okay, go ahead. You had something else to say?
No, you asked about the friends. I always check my friends. We check each other all the time. Like, we're open and we're so close. We've been knowing each other for like 13 years,
Good.
But I surround myself again with people that respect themselves, and we respect each other. So when it comes down to it, I think, and like that criticism, like, you take it, but you like build with it, because we're just trying to help you, just like with my family. Like, they've always just been trying to help me. So like, I think it's good to surround yourself with positive people.
What do you think about what's being portrayed in movies and TV nowadays, and the different shows that are out? What are your honest thoughts on them? Besides the fact that they're entertaining.
I think it's a little wild to me. Like, everything now is just like, do whatever you want, feel whatever you want, no rules, no regulations, and like, people out here going crazy because of it. Like, I don't understand it.
I mean, when you have a movie like 50 Shades of Grey, the book is a bestseller. I don't have to see it to understand. If it's about bondage and whips and chains, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's and it's a bestseller. You can just, that's right down the lane with all the other craziness that's going on in the world. It's just foolishness on top of foolishness on top of foolishness. We might as well start building a tower.
So where do we have room in when it comes to the word and ministry and trying to be a blessing to people, and obviously they don't want that. Like the movie God Is Not Dead was a really good movie. Kevin Sorbo and then the other young lady that I met at this party, and she was wonderful. She was in that film, and these people really want to get a good message out. but it's not received as well.
Good don't sell, girl.
Good doesn't sell.
Good does not
Sex
sell.
sells.
Good
Sex
doesn't sell. Bad sells.
So maybe we should do a movie where we selling some sex, get people in the seats, and they flip the script. Next thing you know, we're talking about Jesus. They already bought the ticket. Praise Jesus. Come on to the movie. No.
So the question, what was the question?
Was there another question?
I think it was.
Oh yeah, the one about your friends. Do you talk to your friends? How's that going?
Well, I don't really have many friends. Honestly, I don't. I know a lot of people, but the friends that I do have is the same here. Like, we respect each other. The people that I surround myself with is pretty much on the same level as me as far as like career goals and stuff like that. I do have one friend, however, that do express herself as far as being naked, but it's form of art for her because she models. So
yeah. She does nude shots
sometimes. She don't post them on the internet though, but
yeah.
But I support her. I mean, she's following what she wants to do, and I know it's not always going to be that, but you do have to understand that sometimes it does take that, and that sucks about it. But I mean,
yeah. Let me ask you all something. Do you think, like I tell my son, you have to be careful what you post?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because jobs and possible, future prospects for even something in your career, they'll go and they'll look at that stuff, and you've put up a picture smoking, or you put up a picture slapping some girl on the behind, or whatever. I'm just hypothetically saying. Is that something that you guys think about?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's definitely something that you need to consider, because the internet is really big and it's really popular. And some people when they post things like that on the internet, like them smoking or drinking, is because they want to be viewed as cool. So they want everybody else to know what they're doing in their life and to catch up with them. That's what the internet is all about. Catching up.
That's still, that peer pressure is still real deep, huh? About
I don't think
and
a lot of people, especially a lot of young people, when they do stuff like that, I don't think they realize that the internet is forever. Like, you could delete it, but we have like screenshot and all these other type of crazy things where like it becomes one. All you gotta do is send it to one person, and it's around the whole world. So I don't think people realize that the internet is like, it's like the Bible is like, it's gonna be up there forever. You can find it somewhere else. It's still in the system or however the internet works. But I don't think people realize it.
And then on the flip side, granted, that's from the perspective of that we have control over. We put it out there. I mean, I guess we have control over it when people become it, when your world becomes invasive, because like, let's go back to being in a relationship. You're in a relationship, whether you're married or single, and your man's ex is trolling their page and makes their way over to your page, or you got a stalker now, like they done took stalking to another level, and they don't even have to come to your house. They just follow you electronically, and then you gotta deal with that. I had that happen.
Yeah.
I put up a nice little message, and it caused a big fight, and I didn't care. I went, a crazy looking picture of Esther, like you from Sanford and Son, and I was like, do all the Facebook trolls and thoughts who's stalking. I was like, stay off my page, and I was saying a whole bunch of stuff, and it caused a big old fight, but I didn't care. I was like, bring it on. You're on 9/11 right up here on my Facebook page.
And you should have written, and I'm praying for you.
I wasn't thinking about. So I'm just keeping it 100 with the GR fam. I'm just keeping it 100 with the GR fam. You don't think that's like getting pulled over?
You don't. No, you
that's
don't.
like getting pulled over by a cop and having a flashback of Sandra Bland. You don't be thinking about it. In the Lord, you be like, Lord, help me.
Kind of like when I went to see Selma. And there was some
they just get you. Now, granted,
sitting in the theater, and
I did take it down. I did take it down, but I don't care if it's out there forever.
You took it down. It's out there forever.
Good.
You took it down for a reason. Why did you take it down?
Because it caused a lot of problems, but it served its purpose too. I sent the message, and it was received. Praise Jesus.
Okay. But is that always the right thing to do, sis?
May I borrow this? Yes.
Is it really? Okay. Oh God, girl, Lord help her.
Olivia Pope.
Olivia Pope. All right. I don't know. You know me. I know you do the wild, crazy one. I'm more like, okay, peace, and let's be careful what we say and how we say it, because we still got to represent. You know what I'm saying? We represent. We represent GR. We represent period. We represent God. So that's how that's what helps keep me pull it in, because I know I have a temper. I have a temper. It's deep down. I don't like that girl. I don't like that person inside of me. So because I know that, I make sure that I really take some time and think before I speak, or before I write and post, or before I handle somebody, because it's going to come out in a very not so nice way.
I thought actually my post was kind of funny. you know,
thought your post
I added
was
humor. I ain't cussing it. I was straight to the point, and I added some humor too. I thought it was very funny. The message was sent and received and delivered with love.
I'm sure you did.
And a strong man. No, but seriously,
thank God you took it down.
It's like, don't go looking for problems that shouldn't exist. You know, a lot. That's how I feel.
Okay,
you know,
I know,
if it's not for you, it ain't for you.
If it's not for you, it's not for you. So how do we as ladies, as women, how do we as Christian women represent? What is our responsibility? And this is what I was going to ask even before you brought that up, so it's not about you. But what is our responsibility when it comes to these young men or our husbands, the guys we date? How are we responsible in the way that they treat us, talk to us? What do we do? Or even our friends, when we see them being mistreated or talked to a certain way? How do we handle that?
I think it's all about like just taking a step back, and you know how they say like grow, like build yourself first. You know what I mean? Like build your own brand before you think it's okay to be with somebody thinking that they're gonna help you become a better person. You know what I mean? Don't lean on a person when you don't know who you are first. So I think that's like really important to like know yourself, you know?
That's interesting. I just spoke with a lady the other day that her marriage is dissolved, and he's with someone a lot younger and another nationality. He's gone because he can control his libido. He had to be out doing what, and she said, I was doing everything as a wife should do, and I realized I lost myself in him. I realized that I didn't even know what my favorite color was. I didn't even know what my favorite food was. She said it wasn't until we got divorced and I spent time with me that this is a grown woman.
Wow.
She said, but it happens to a lot of people. So I'm not speaking this in judgment. I'm just speaking, it's just a reality that a lot of us are not aware of. She said, I really didn't know what I liked. I was just his wife.
Yeah.
And that's
you can't
all
lose
I
yourself.
was.
You can't lose yourself.
Yeah, and it happens quick though if you're not careful. So how do you pull it back in though?
Well, in situations where, you know, something like that, it's disrespectful that happens, because if you don't, like you said, if you aren't your own brand, if you don't know who you are as a woman and an individual apart from that man, then how can you even take a stand and know what is right, you know what I mean? In this case, I'm like, look, I don't know what's going on, but what you feed lives, what you starve die. Just take it from a cue from agriculture. You need to be not feed, because something going on. So you are a co-conspirator to this drama that's been brought to my scenario, because I was all peace up in here. And so I just think that, you know, and when you're okay, when you know that it's okay to walk away if you have to, because that person's not oxygen. I think a lot of times we as women, we make the man in our life synonymous with the ability to live and breathe oxygen. I tell brother in a minute, you ain't oxygen. I'm gonna be all right. It took me years to mature to this point, because you know they wrote that song, and I'm telling you, somebody was really feeling that way at some point in our lives. We and some crazy women probably felt that way over some guy. But it's like, no, you get to a point in your maturity where you're like, no, I'm okay with just me.
And you know why we felt that way? Because women have egos too.
Yeah.
People don't talk about the fact that women have egos. We always talk about the male ego, the man's ego. Oh no, women's egos are worse,
stubborn,
sometimes than men, and we don't realize it until our egos are bruised.
Exactly.
And it's like, ooh, I didn't like the way that felt. So that's something we also have to keep in check. But it's so much divorce going on. There's so much separation and divorce out there. And you know, the spiritual person says the spiritual person says you are not says, oh, it's the attack of the enemy, which yes, that is one thing. But lack of communication is another thing.
Oh, that's a big thing.
Social media is a huge
major
reason.
thing.
Even with social media,
Okay.
you still got lack of communication
Right.
with social media.
Oh yeah, no, this is true. And you were
That's
talking
kinda like
about
the
you were
cause.
talking about how the what'd you say, exes trolling the page. Not even exes. How about the women that are haters because you're in a marriage or
Yeah.
relationship, and they send your. This happened to me. Sent my husband a picture that I took at an event with another guy, even though other people were in it. But because we were all getting real close, come on for the selfie or
Yeah.
whatever, getting real close. And she sends him the picture and says, "I would never treat you like this, and I would never do this to you. I would respect you so much, and it's a shame that she took this picture like that. So listen, if she give you a hard time, you could call me."
So that's one of the stalkers that we're talking about.
Right. But then it's bad enough you're dealing with communication issues, social media, just problems in relationship. Then you have the women or other guys out there, because I get messages too on my Facebook inbox. The other guys out there that know you're married,
But don't care.
know you're in a relationship, and they still send you crazy messages. You know, so you got to be strong mentally.
Yeah.
You got to be able to handle that.
Just
and
gotta
deal
ignore
with
it.
that. You got to ignore that.
Yeah.
And let's talk to the married
Yeah,
side
you know.
over here.
I'm married.
Married Christian, who married?
I'm married.
Amen.
Lucky B, what you talking about?
No, I honestly haven't dated in so long. I've been single for like 3 years now.
Why is that?
I just don't.
just
I'm not
choose.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom always said that about me. Like, you've never been one. I'm like, no, I'm more into myself than anybody else. to
So
be
was it
honest.
something that happened while you were dating that made you go,
Oh
you know
yeah.
what? I don't
oh
need
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah.
Understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
got
was
cheated
the
on.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all good.
That's very painful. Lying,
It's all good.
deception.
Yeah. It hurt for a while,
Right.
but it's
Did
cool.
you catch him, or did he admit it? Like he came to you?
Pass.
Pass.
I'll
All right.
pass.
Something you don't really want to talk about.
Not at this moment.
I got you.
Not currently.
I got you. But you still standing, girl. You still
I'm
strong.
good.
You right here.
Cute.
You
Fine,
right here.
all
You still
that.
right. Cute, fine. Everything. I love it. And
I'm
that's
just kidding. I'm being silly
no,
now.
but that's important. No, it's important that we love ourselves. It's
But
important.
no,
that
I am
we-
married though.
You know you confusing me real bad.
You on the
think
wrong
you
side if you married.
Oh, you need to come on over here with us.
over there.
Who you married? She married to
She
Jesus.
married to Jesus.
Amen. Jesus, he's a good husband. He's so good. All right, let's talk to you, Missy Mann and the kid, Dudley Walker. Lord, you got 50 names. Hey.
Hey.
And you're coming up tomorrow is your 2nd year anniversary. Congratulations.
She's a Leo 5,
Yeah, 2 years.
So cute.
What are some of the things that you can share with these young ladies that are single? Because all you guys are around the same age. You know that? You're just like a year or two older than them.
About to be 25.
You got married young. So what advice would you give these young ladies and any other young ladies in the audience that are watching?
Definitely a lot of what they already said. Like, you have to know who you are first. Like, you only let a man treat you how you let them treat you. Like, if you do certain things, if you allow them to do certain things, then they would do certain things. But definitely self-respect and morals and all those different things, like, keep you on the right path. Like, keep all of those things. Like, don't ever like lose sight of who you are and what you represent. Like, that's definitely the number one thing I would definitely say to keep track of.
So love you. It's so much lack of loving ourselves.
Exactly.
And it starts even, it's so powerful when we open up our mouths or look in the mirror and go, hey girl, I love you. Have you ever done that? Have you ever looked in the mirror and said, I love you, girl?
All the time.
That's good. No, seriously, that's really
Yeah.
good. It's real. Some counselors, or from what I understand, therapists even do that. They make their clients do that. Someone I know was telling me that the therapist told her, write down here's a small notebook, and I want you to write down all the negative things about yourself. And here's a large notebook. I want you to write all the positive things about yourself. And they, what you looking like that for? And so she wrote down in just a few minutes, like, a million things negative about herself, and only 3 positive things, which took longer to write.
Wow.
So now she's at such a place where she loves herself more because she came away from the really bad relationship. And now she says, now I have a whole notebook full of positive things about myself. And I think that's a great exercise for us to see just how much do I love me. Let me write down all the negative things and let me write down all the positive things. And then don't just write down the negative things, but actually do something about them. We have to work on us so that when we do come with our other half, we're not pieces. We're a whole. And hopefully he is too.
I wanted to ask you guys, being married, you know, like, okay, you're at the spectrum of it being new. You have some years under your belt with your marriage. You know, how do you not lose yourself in the marriage and just be the wife and the mom and all the other hats and roles that you, like your friend did, you know, and keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, you know, because you live with this person now. They actually share your space.
You know what? I did at one point find myself, we've been together a total of 6 years coming up. I found myself going, I got to get my life back. It was just a small point because I was, like the friend I mentioned, the wife. And where is Trisha Mann or even Trisha Mann-Grant? And I've got to get my life back. And I started to remember, okay, now I'll write. Let me start writing more. Let me focus on this. Let me get back into that. Let me go, you know, I create. Let me do something myself. So it does happen. It's easy to do. And it's not necessarily a bad thing when we start to support them or become a part of their world and their lives. But you don't want to become so much a part of their world and their lives that you forget to have your own.
Yeah, your identity is now their identity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like,
and
I see you, I see him.
Right. But the thing with me and my husband is we really do work together a lot. Like most of the plays that are done, we work together a lot. But now where is he? He's in Detroit doing the concert. He's got other concerts coming. I can't be at everything. I can't be everywhere with him. He can't be everywhere with me. So in the meantime, between time, do I sit there and, you know, okay, when's he coming back home? Or do I go, okay, wow, he's gone. Let me work on this.
And I think you look sexier to your man, too, if you got your own thing, as opposed to just sitting around, rocking in the chair, waiting for him to come through the door. Dinner ready? I got a Della J on. What you do today? Nothing, just wait for you.
And the woman that I mentioned, her husband told her, you're too good. Everything you do is right and correct. That's twisted to me. You've got a woman that does everything the right way.
Well, you know what it is.
And you don't want that?
But wait, I would think that a man would still want a challenge even after he's married, which sucks because he already conquered you, but yet still, you got to have him chase you around the table. That's what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
They want a challenge. That's how they think, no matter if they
ladies, listen up. Don't ever let him know he really got you. That's what I learned.
And their mamas are telling them, don't let her really know she's got you. But it's good you brought that chasing thing up, because even in the dating process, and I think that a lot of young ladies are losing sight of this, the girls are going to the men now talking about, I want you. I want you. Or marry me. Or I'll make, you know, my husband, or, you know.
That don't work. I've done that. I've clubbed brothers over the head a couple times. It don't work, ladies.
Because you take away what God instinctively gave them, which is to be the chaser. Okay? And we are to be pursued. They like to pursue us.
And I think it something feels better when you know the man, like, he actually came after you as opposed to you chasing him. That's something more sexier about that.
He feels like he's actually conquered something. We're going to have to bring the guys in on the last 5 minutes of the show on that one.
Okay, fine.
Hold that thought. You hear me talking to you? I want you.
They all got Beats headphones on, bobbing to some beat. They ain't listening to this show, please.
You listening to the show, aren't you? All right, Peter. Peter's like, whatever. He's ducking down.
No, Peter mind is incredible. I think we should get him on air. His mind is really interesting.
No, I tell you what. Let's see. It's 4:44. We want to talk about a few things.
He looked like a door opener.
And if they don't,
but please tell your friends. Lucky D, Maleeha. Please tell your friends.
Maleeha.
I knew that.
No, it's okay.
I was just
Maleeha.
Not you messing up a name.
I just met her today. I have an excuse. You be knowing.
No. I just met her today too. Okay.
She knows Sue Ann for 5 years. Talking about Sue Joe.
Ro probably don't even know her name. It took Ro like 3 weeks to get my name.
With the M.
I just
like Obama's daughter.
Right. Okay.
Maleeha.
Yeah, I knew that. Hi, Maleeha.
That's a pretty
All right,
name.
so Maleeha, please tell your friends, girl. Tell them
Oh, yes.
don't chase the guys.
Yeah,
Because,
I
see, the
do.
guys may act like they like it at first.
Yeah.
And then they'll flip the script.
But see,
and
a
after
person is going to do what the person's going to do. You know what I mean?
This
You
is
can only
true.
tell them so
they'll
much,
have
but
to
they
learn.
already have what they're going to do in the back of their mind anyway. So I can tell, I've been telling my friends, a lot of my friends, like, don't do this. But, you know, I'm not, who am I to tell them, you know?
But if you
Yeah.
tell them,
Should we
and it
consult
still
the
happens,
OG in the house?
then
What's
they'll
up,
come back and
OG?
say, "Oh, you did
See,
say
I was-
this."
they
Like,
always
I
do
should
it.
listen.
They always
Like,
see.
you
Well,
know,
if
you
you
don't
don't,
say
it's
something.
Well, we
They-
gonna ask the OG, the oldest G in the house.
He not older than you.
Yeah, he is. He wow with me, the oldest G in the house.
Come on.
So what's it really like for the brother today?
For the guys today,
Easy. It's easy.
no, it's not easy for a lot of guys because women are now more independent, and because of their independency, a lot of guys may find it difficult to show what they're worth. Especially with the younger generation, because the younger generation is, a lot of them are being taught by themselves, amongst themselves, and yeah, they don't have, they're not the open the door type person, and the women of the generation today don't know that a guy is supposed to open the door for them and treat them like the women that they are, the ladies that they are. A lot of the women of today don't really matter. It doesn't matter to them that they are walking on the wrong side of the street when they're walking with a guy. So what? What's that supposed to mean? So it's all about education. Again,
Educated by
us, because I have a daughter, and I know that I'm my daughter's first boyfriend.
right.
So, and with a lot of women, when they're growing up as little girls, they see how their mother is being treated by men. So their assumption of what a man is what they see, and that's why a lot of them get into unhealthy relationships.
Or they don't have a father figure.
Yeah, exactly.
in-
That's why
in
that's
the
why they
household.
get
So
they
mama's
get
out there dating and they don't know.
whether
daddy's not there.
so they
Yeah.
think it's all right to have multiple guys dating.
Yeah.
It's all right if they see that their mom allowed the man to come in and out as he please,
Right.
you know,
Or heard activities in the bedroom that they
yeah,
shouldn't have heard. Or
yes,
seen things accidentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a gentleman. He opened doors.
Yeah.
He taught me how to sit on his lap sideways.
Yes.
He taught me how to pull my skirt down.
Exactly.
So, you know, I thank God for that. And I've kept that throughout the years. So I'm grateful and blessed to have a husband who actually opens doors
Yeah.
and walks on the outside of the street and keeps me on the inside.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
you know, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But there are women out there that get upset when a man opens a door. Did you know that? And they're like,
Yeah.
"No,
Yeah.
just
They're
let
not
me
used
have
to
it.
it.
I don't need you opening no door
Too
for me."
independent.
The man
Yeah.
is trying to be the gentleman. So the guys, it's like, you darned if you do, darned if you don't
Yeah.
type of situation. They're trying to be a gentleman. And then when the women don't say thank you, it's frustrating for them.
It's very
Because they're
frustrating.
like, I'm standing here holding this door and you just walk through it and you can't even just open up your mouth of courtesy and say thank you.
That's
So
it.
I teach my daughter, thank
Yeah.
anybody who does anything for you, one, but if a man
Yeah.
opens a door for you, say thank you, keep
Yeah.
it moving.
Yeah. I told my daughter at the age of 3 that her daddy is not allowed to touch her in certain places now because
right.
you're at that age. And I met a woman that I felt comfortable enough to teach my daughter how to clean herself where she needed to be cleaned. When I did invite a female to the home, you sat on the other side of the front room, I sat on the other. My daughter doesn't need to see you and I all hugged up underneath each other, because that's giving her the wrong impression of what a couple is supposed to do, or a man and a woman when they're together, especially when it's not her mom, and she knows it's not her mom.
Right.
So, you know, all these things. But
That's
at the
good.
classroom I'm in, you know, I had to tell the women that we hang out after class that, hold up, you know, I mean, you better not touch that door. Don't touch that door. Do not touch that
That's
door.
good. Right.
Don't touch
Tony
that
does the
door.
same
I think it's a dying. I think that's a dying breed.
It's a dying breed, but it
art form.
doesn't
It shouldn't
have to
be, yeah.
be. It doesn't have to be. If we continue to teach our nephews, nieces, other people's children, if we're that close to them, or our own. So, brother, I want you to come on over here, get your chair, come on over here, sit with us. Yeah, and I want him to be seen. He needs to be seen. We need to have a brother.
He want to hear a child on there.
I'll be seen soon. I'll be seen soon.
The unknown brothers on the mic.
So you want to? Okay, you stay over there. Don't talk to us.
What's going on? How you doing? How you guys doing?
Thank you for being here with us today. Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Dane Webb, host of Dane's World. You know, an X show here at LA Talk Live.
Yes. So everybody got to check
you
that
coming
out
back?
too.
You coming back? What's up? What's the deal?
Maybe we might see. We never know what's going on.
Do you still have the videos up if somebody wanted to see them?
Everything's still there.
Go to YouTube.
YouTube, Dane's World.
Dane's
you know,
World.
LA Talk Live. Just type in Dane's World in Google. D-A-N-E-Z, not S.
All right, D-A-N-Z.
Yeah.
We got it.
Easy.
Dane.
There you go.
Okay.
We was talking off camera. You drama free.
Yeah,
so.
of course. I'm drama free. That's how every man should be.
And what does that mean?
I just don't deal in drama.
Okay, so does
And
that
what would
mean
you define drama? Let's go there. So I can take some notes.
And does that mean you stay away from having a relationship to be drama free, or you pick and choose carefully and get a woman who's completely drama free?
Yeah, no, I can read character pretty good. So women, I'm not gonna be cocky and say that's easy, okay? But you know, I'm just gonna say I know better.
You insightful.
I know better. So
yes.
That's pretty much what it is.
You know better. Good deal.
Yeah, I'm 23. I'm young. I know better.
All right. Do you make your sisters responsible when they are out of line, when they are disrespecting themselves? Have you ever checked another female?
I don't know how to answer that one.
I know you.
Do you open doors? How about that one? That's an easy one.
I was raised by a woman. I'm a mama's boy, so I was raised by a woman. Nonetheless, I'm still 100.
Thank you, Vaneric.
Yeah, I'm 100% man.
No, we're still trying to get that. That's cool.
The first answer.
So have you ever desired to check someone but just decided not to? Have you ever seen a woman just out there? And what
it's not worth
you?
it. It's not worth the energy. It's not worth the time.
You don't think that even planting
it's how you do it though.
You don't even think that by just saying something that you can leave her with that maybe she'll get mad at now, but think about later, may not help her possibly in the future?
I'm not in that place to really care like that.
Oh, wow.
You know?
And why is that? Why don't you care?
Well, you know,
because it's drama free.
Yeah, I'm drama free. If I have to spend that much time, you know, for you to get your mind right, you got a problem already.
Do you think that maybe in the future you may have a son or a daughter? You may get married and have kids?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You may possibly?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll put that energy into your daughter, is what you're saying.
Of course,
you'll wait
you know,
until then.
She'll watch me. I think I'm a good person, so she'll know what's going on.
Yeah.
I think it's an older generation thing for a man to be like, you know, you really need to go home and put some clothes on. You know, nowadays, I mean, I seen a video on YouTube. A girl was cracking on a guy about an 8-ball jacket. Like, you know.
Okay, but what's the difference in telling a young man, pull your pants up?
Well, you might get shot. It's a different day and time for that.
No, men do it all the time.
Sometimes you just don't need to stay in people's business. I'm like, you want to leave the house looking like that? I'm going to pray for you.
What about telling women to pull their pants up?
I'm going to be like, I'm going to pray for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, when do we take the responsibility carefully? I get what you're saying. Nowadays, people are so quick to
crazy.
Pull out a gun and shoot you just for looking at them the wrong way. I get it. But now let's go back to spiritually. God gives us discernment. So sometimes he gives us unction to do something that seems unorthodox or something that we may go, oh, well, Lord, and it's not up to us to go back and forth and debate with him. If you know in your spirit when it's godly and it's like, you know what, let me just drop it, and if they don't take it the right way, then God bless them. Because you never know, by planting a positive seed, you may really truly make a difference in someone's life.
That's cool. You have to really care about that person, though.
No, I don't have to know you to love you.
You don't have to know me to love you.
I don't know you.
Okay.
I don't.
I got love for you too.
Okay, no, I'm serious.
I don't know that he's there yet.
I'm not sure. I may not be on the level you guys are. You know?
It's not about even a level.
Okay.
Well, okay, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
But at some point, if you have the power and you have the ability to plant a seed, to help someone to change, it could be a domino effect. And that's what I'm saying. If we all walk around with the mentality of, hey, I don't care, I don't know you, whatever, then our generations is just going to be lost.
Of course.
So where does it start? Like,
but what do you think the problem is with my generation of men? Like, what's the problem?
I think the problem is the women and the lack of self-respect, which makes you all not respect us, and the fact that we're not taught, because my generation of mothers and fathers, meaning us as mothers, me as a mother, and the fathers out here my age, are not doing what our mothers and fathers did to teach us properly so that we could continue. We're not passing the torch properly. I'm not saying all of us. I'm not going to just completely generalize, but I'm saying I'm seeing it a lot, which is why we're having this issue.
Well, you know, they say it takes a village.
Yeah.
And I think the village is run by idiots. I'm just kidding. I'm just saying. No, seriously, I just think that it's like the church community and everything, they worried about building buildings as opposed to building character. You know what I mean? They're about raising money to raise up an edifice as opposed to raising up these leaders of tomorrow. I think it's just misappropriation of your time and your investment of that time. If you spend that time and invest in your children in the community, building community centers instead of trying to build another 1,000 square foot in your actual church to fill it up with more people, you can get more money to build more aspects of that building, then, you know, we're actually, you know, making an effort to invest. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you can attest to this. You raised your daughter a certain way, but yet, you know, you went on Facebook and you noticed there were some things that you felt that as a father, Van Eric, and how you raised your daughter, she shouldn't have did. Because at the end of the day, when they all get out from under your tutelage, no matter how much effort you poured into them, man, you're going to have to keep covered in prayer, because there's so many influences out there to dictate on what is the new normal. You know?
I totally get it. I just went through, I was just telling you all about the same issue with my lovely little daughter, who posted a picture. I don't know what kind of crack she was dealing with at that moment, but you know, I get the picture from a friend, and the friend says, look at what she posted, and I immediately call her and I go, take it down now. Represent you right, represent God right, represent me right. This is not you. So I don't know what kind of peer pressure you're dealing with to make you post some crazy picture like that, but we don't roll like that. So take it down now, and I don't ever want to see that again. So I mean, you know, of course the conversation was a little bit longer than that, and it was a little bit more intense, but yeah, if I didn't do that and allowed her to keep it up there, what does that say? As a mom, I'm saying, oh baby, it's okay, go ahead, go and put some naked pictures up next. It's okay.
So you start,
but you also got to understand, remember now, each generation has their own way of expressing themselves. It was at one time the way Elvis Presley danced on stage was considered, you know, exotic. You know, and I'm not condoning how young women and men express themselves on Facebook. There's a way you do it when it comes to that. But we got to, as older people, we got to understand that, okay, the world has changed, and the younger generation may want to show more skin than we did when we were growing up, because we got to remember the skin that we showed, our elders said, how dare you show that type of skin? You know. Oh yeah,
they're rolling over in their graves right now. The stuff that
exactly. You know, some young men and women do go to the extremes, but then there are some good taste pictures that shows some skin. You just gotta. It's this college where the professor is an arts class, and it says on the syllabus, if you take this class, you will for the finals have to pose naked. And it says on the syllabus right there. And some of the students, when it came time for them to take their clothes off in class, they had a problem with that.
So they got an F.
They had an F, yeah, because you know you knew from the start that this class requires you to be in the nude for the finals. So you had it was an art class. It was an art class.
So you just had a freaky little teacher back there.
Yeah. But when you're in college, you are considered somewhat of an adult. So you're supposed to you had ample enough time to drop that class if you felt as though, no, I am not going to take my clothes off regardless of what you say. You know what I mean?
There got to be some rights in something like that. It's not like they signed a contract So they had to have
like-
some type of rights.
Yeah, but I'll just use that as a small example.
Yeah.
But each generation had their way of expressing itself. For a young man who likes to tattoo himself up is to be considered criminal or into some type of negative activities is wrong. That's just the way that person expressed himself. You know.
Yeah. Why are you pointing at him, Dan?
Yeah.
Oh, you tattooed?
Yeah,
up?
yeah. And a friend of mine, he's my nephew Vaughn is tatted all up.
Right.
But certain conservatives will look at Dane or look at my nephew as a negative force.
Or assume stereotype you. You must be a rapper.
Yeah, I work with women. I work with women that's into the exotic business. And because they in the exotic business right away, they negative. But that's just a job.
Or people think they don't love themselves.
Yeah, they don't love themselves. Or they've been, they don't have no dad in their lives or stuff. But that's just a character because, once they leave that building, you would not even know that that's what type of work they do unless they tell you, unless you just happen to walk by as they walk out the building.
Wow.
I just want to say, Peter think he's slick. We out of time now.
Peter.
He's all happy.
Come on, Peter, talk to us. Just real quick. Give us something. Just
he's standing over there doing the happy. Yeah,
what we were
it's 5
talking
o'clock.
about women and self-respect and self-love.
Yeah,
and
drop
all
a
that.
pearl of wisdom.
Yes.
Help us tie this show up in a nice, neat bow. From a male perspective, that is.
I don't know, I feel like everything was said, really, by this panel. I don't really have much to add. Self-respect is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you dating right now?
No.
No?
Too much work right now.
Too much
I am
work?
not thinking about relationships,
for
friends.
you.
I mean, if anything, I feel like I've got too many friends.
Okay.
So I like to say I've got maybe 7 or 8 friends, and that's about 15 too many right now at this point in life.
Wow.
So you're focusing on your career and everything. And how old are you?
24.
24. I love you, young, wonderful, smart,
Thank
amazing
you.
wife.
You're so welcome. We love you
I was
too.
talking to the guest. You guys are great. I really appreciate you all for being so honest and straight up and just sharing. Appreciate it. And remember, even after you get married, you still make your husband chase you. Hey?
Right around that table. We'll make it time.
After you get married, you still let him pursue you.
That's why I'm divorced.
And you know what? Okay, you're done. You're done for the rest of the show.
This was one man talk.
This was one man talk. Trisha Mann-Grant.
Roy Williams.
Chance to talk about Sandra Bland.
We are
and
family. Our prayers with her family.
But God bless her family. And we will, when we come back the next time, we will definitely bring that up. Thank you all for sticking around and watching Gospel.
Maleeha.
LA Talk Live.
Lady B.
Maleeha. All right.
Lucky B.
Lucky B. I was like,
I made you a lady because you was not single.
No, you can't fix that.
Lucky B. Follow me, Lucky Lover, Lucky B official _ Twitter. Yeah.
Yes. All right, you guys. We'll see you all. Hit us on Instagram, Gospel Rhythms.
Peace.
And Facebook. Be blessed.